Hey everybody, Jeanette here. It just came to my attention that I might should, while I'm on a rant here on this end, that I talk a little bit about it um, on your end. And it's about relationships. It's about meeting people. When am I going to meet the right person and the whole nine yards? Well, this is what I've learned and what I come to understand. Before you are born here, you are a living spirit and you make contracts with other spirits. Take, for instance, my life. My ex was to agree to be my husband before I came down here. Okay. The thing is, now this spirit and you are more like colleagues on the other side, more like friends. And the vibrational level, I guess, is right. So it doesn't matter what somebody's going to look like or whatever. It won't matter what he looks like or anything about him. I will be attracted to him. I will know that it is him. We will be on the same vibrational level and stuff. We will find each other because we have made these contracts. Okay. Now, when you come down here, his environment, his growing up, all that stuff influences the type of person that he is. Well, this is part of the test I think that we have, because the thing is, you don't know what kind of a person that he's going to become or turn into. You just will have that attraction to them because you've set up that life plan. He won't know anything about you either. This is the reason why people don't stay together. Some do, but a lot of them don't, because you just don't stay compatible when you're in a human form. There's too many things that come into play that affect the way a person is. My ex didn't have good hygiene. Now, I like a man with good hygiene. He was attractive physically. He wasn't overly athletic, but he had a really nice physique. Like Michelangelo's David, if you've ever seen that statue, that's the kind of body he had. He had a really nice physique. My father was like that too, and that's probably one reason the attraction level, the vibration, he was similar to dad, I guess. Okay, yeah, they say a lot of times that people marry their parents. So, because you're used to it or whatever. It's not that. Everything is set up in spirit before you come down here. But everything changes. You don't know who you're going to be with, because their life will make them what they are when you meet them. But you're still going to be attracted to the person because you have that set up. So, set up. You have it done. Yeah. And some things just don't, they mostly don't last and stuff because everybody changes and goes their own ways. Marriage was actually a government thing dating back a long time ago and stuff. Going back a long time ago, marriage was just certificates and licenses and all of that stuff. Has nothing to do with what you feel for each other or what you're supposed to get out of having a relationship with a person. You don't really need those contracts and stuff. People, I would stop doing it altogether. People have caught on. I think your spirits have caught on, and that nonsense has slowed down. Anything to do with the government, which is everything, needs to be stopped. Yeah, I'll probably get killed off for that one if they catch this. Anyway, I don't know. Is it propaganda? I don't even know what that word means. I just talk and I speak my mind. But yeah, this is it. Don't worry about finding somebody in life. I had a friend that was making voodoo chicken feet. And I said, "Why are you making voodoo chicken feet?" And she said, this girl that she knew wanted to get a guy, this one man she was interested in. I can tell you, people, none of this stuff works. If the guy's supposed to be in your life, he will be in your life. And it's up to you how long they stay in your life. I don't think that's in the life plan when they come and go. That's up to you. and how you deal with it. Some people manage to stay together for a long time, and others, it's just the changes are too much and people need other things in their life. So they set up other people and stuff to come into your life, actually. This is the way it really is, and you should never have to really look for anybody, be on the make, because whoever you're meant to be with, it will just be a natural occurrence. You don't have to try very hard. My ex I met in school. Well, okay, we met at a roller skating rink when people used to go out roller skating a long time ago in 1976, and or 1975 is when I met him. Yeah, at this roller skating rink. So, and we were still in high school, and we would just go out on the weekends. He went to a different school than I did. And I noticed this, people, if any of you have gone to a school all your life, the same one, the people will not be attractive to you. The guys will not be attractive to you. Let a new girl or guy come to your school, or you go to theirs, and you're going to get a lot of attention. And yeah. And I heard a story about chimpanzees. They don't go by looks, but the thing is, there was a male chimp, and he had his normal female troop, right? He lost interest in them sexually. They introduced a new female in there, and of course it piqued his interest up. That's the same way humans are. Because your brothers and sisters, you're used to growing up with them most of the time, and your parents, you will not want to have sexual relations with. Sometimes people do have relationships with them. I knew a brother and sister, or heard of a brother and sister that married each other. What's the story behind that? I don't know. I had a brother I was not raised with that was a couple of months old when we were adopted out, and he was attracted to me. I don't tell anybody in the family that stuff, you just don't. He's gone now. He's no longer here, but he said, "Do you find it strange, that I would be attracted to you being your brother?" And I said, "But you were not raised with me." See, that's the thing. It's a different thing altogether. It's just the people that you're raised with, your tribe, it keeps the interbreeding from happening, I think. Not being attracted to people that you're used to being around all the time. And that's the way it is in school. I wasn't really attracted to many people there. All of a sudden, one day, you notice somebody that you hadn't seen before, and you become attracted to them, even though you went to school. There was one guy that went to the same school I did, but he's a few years older than me. And only when I became junior high, or freshman, and he was in his junior year, about ready to graduate, that I noticed him. It's because I stepped up into the same area that he was. So he was like a new person. I don't know if he ever noticed me or not. I don't know. I never hooked up with him, though. But this is the way that it is. When I married my ex, went to his school, I got a lot of attention from the guys there. And one guy said, "She's married." Said she's married. And what ruined it so much for me and stuff, I got to see more people, and I found other men attractive. I never did hook up with anybody else. But 9 months after I married, he was in the Air Force, and I became pregnant. After his training, we went to Mississippi, and there was a guy that he worked with that I think he fell in love with me, and would come over all the time when Dale was going to work. My ex was going to work, and why would a guy come over if he wasn't interested? But I was pregnant and stuff, and I fell madly in love with him, and that ruined absolutely everything. I was never with him, and it destroyed me for 8 years. We moved and everything, but that guy never left my mind for 8 years. And here I tried to be a mother and stuff, and I couldn't because of the interference of that one guy. Well, I'll tell you this about love. Love is the strongest spell, and I mean this, that you will ever be under. It is a spell that is cast, and people will agree with me that is the strongest spell. Hate somewhat is. You can kind of get over hate. You can heal from that. The thing about love, I don't know. It's always in the back of your mind. Do I want to be with that guy now? No. It's been over 40 years. It's been such a long time ago and stuff, but I remember that I was just crazy, crazy in love with him. But here I was pregnant and stuff. The guy was a true gentleman. He never even kissed me. I imagine that his wife never believed that when he said that, we never kissed. She should have never known about it in the first place, but she was not around when I fell in love with him. He didn't get engaged to her. We were only 18, and that, he was just in the military. All of us had just graduated. And so he was meant to be in my life for some reason. Now, I can find out why through the hypnosis. I'm going to go through the hypnosis thing at some point here and tell you guys what that's all about. Because through the hypnosis, we contact a higher self, which are beings that monitor us for God. And this higher self beings know all about us because they monitor us, they watch us constantly. This is how God knows what we do. He has helpers, okay? And you'll be able to hear more about that. If you want to hear any of them, you can go into my Healing with Jeanette videos, find them on here, and you'll see what that's like with them and what I do during the hypnosis sessions with my sister. So anyway, I just want people to know that this thing about trying to meet somebody and hook up with people, it's not have to be hard at all. When it's time for you to be with those people that are contracted in your lives, it will happen. My sister stayed with her now dead husband for 40 years, and he used to beat her, and we always wondered why, and she never could figure it out. It was a contract. They said she could have gotten out of it a long time before. I think she wanted to make sure she did a proper job. And she even, as he was laying dying, she even nursed him as he was laying dying. Yeah, it was a weird situation that she was in, but I think when you have these contracts, you don't know what a person's going to be like. It's like you're thrown into a situation. You have no idea what's going to happen, and that's what life is. And you get to do it over and over again in different ways. We're all role-playing down here is what it is. So, guys, that's it for now. This is going to take about 5 hours or longer to upload. And, yeah, any thoughts and stuff, just go ahead and leave some messages and stuff. I'll get around to answering them. And, yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.